So this is Whiskey Wednesdays. We're gonna nerd rage. We have
Chris Simon,
Ruth
CEO.
Ann Thompson, and we got our special guest.
Leslie Nesbitt.
Yay!
I'm Beth Scorzato. I'm doing computer stuff. Sorry.
All right. So which
But
whiskey
I'll
do we have
be
here?
with you.
This is actually
Today
moonshine.
is Stillhouse Moonshine. It is apple crisp whiskey
Apple crisp whiskey.
to kick off autumn.
Sorry.
So
Oh,
we're
I see
gonna
we're
try this.
toasting.
Yeah.
You've got some simple syrup in yours.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
I have
so
simple
we're
syrup in
having
mine,
it
but normally
straight.
it's clear.
Yes. All right. Cheers.
Yeah, that's far enough. Oh, that's good.
Woo, that is sweet
Why
without.
did I-
How's it with?
Very sweet.
That's why she was like, "You sure you don't want simple syrup?" I was like,
Ooh,
"No,
I'm
I'm
gonna try a little
good.
bit first, but I
I'm
want it to
good.
be,
It's gonna be plenty sweet without it."
Stillhouse whiskey apple crisp virgin.
All right, so we're
Delicious.
here
My
today
sip was too
because
big.
we usually have our GeekChic meetings and we kind of talk about the topics of the week kind of together, and we kind of end up nerd raging about it. So we figured we'd start filming it and see how that goes. So
Join us in our nerd rage.
yes, join us. So where did we want to start today? I know we had our list of things to chat
I mean,
about.
we can either go in order, or if somebody's feeling very passionate about their particular topic.
What
We can
was that
jump
order?
right in.
I really want to hear Beth talk about the Orville.
Oh,
God,
yes. Okay.
God.
So Star Trek. There's a lot going on in the Star Trek world.
I
We
just-
have
guys.
Star Trek Discovery, but before that, Orville came out, the Seth MacFarlane show, and so
I just.
so Beth's nerd rage
I
is
just
going to be
we are
slightly
sitting
different.
here in the year of our Lord 2017, and I'm about to defend a Seth MacFarlane property.
See, I'm on the opposite corner. I love me some Seth MacFarlane. Love
Same
him.
here.
Love
Same
him.
here. Although I was disappointed in the pilot. The
pilot was fine.
The pilot. But then after that,
Yeah,
it got better.
that's
It got
fine.
better and
Honestly, like, and something
better
that I've
and better.
talked about with friends is that it felt like the first episode was very much like, make it Family Guy in space, and it just didn't fit. But
Right.
now I feel like they're getting to the groove that it's literally Next Generation just with some humor.
It's an homage.
Yeah, it's
It's
quite
like
perfect.
barely
Yes.
a comedy. They just shoved a bunch of comedy stuff into the trailer.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking Jesus Christ! Episode 3 is about like imposing your like colonialism cultures on another culture and like fucking gender reassignment. Like what?
Yeah, it gets
What
deep.
the fuck? Like
Gets
it's
deep.
deep real
It's
fast,
Mhm.
real fast.
So good.
And it's just
Yeah.
like it's tackling all these like really fucking like huge things like fucking authoritarian theocracies and like kind of like really big cultural things like in like a really fun space show. And meanwhile, Star Trek Discovery has the first, black lead ever. Don't come at me with the sunglasses guy. I know, but he's not the primary focus of the show. You know what I mean? And like within 2 episodes, they have her basically in the criminal justice system and working as a slave to a white guy. Like,
Yep.
what?
Oh,
How are
boy.
these our 2 space shows right now? And why is one of them by the fucking Family Guy?
Yeah,
Who
so
actually, to his credit, I think is a very good actor. I just don't care for most of the things he's created.
cool.
Whatever.
It's stuck in the elevator. So good. Can you pull up your phone for the video so we can see if people are commenting? Because I see somebody comment, but I want to make
No,
sure
I'm
that
here. I'm like
the
here.
audience are.
She's here.
Okay,
Hope you
you're
guys
there.
are watching Shield of Tomorrow, Bonnie Gordon's Star Trek show.
No.
Bonnie.
Yeah, Bonnie's doing the show on It's Geek and Sundry, right? Is the one you're talking
Yeah.
about? It's pretty amazing. I haven't caught every episode, so it's a like RPG / like actual show that they're doing on Geek and Sundry.
Okay.
So definitely check it out. It's a good one.
You got a shout out to Leslie from Kristen.
Hey.
Hi. All right, so let's talk about Discovery because we talked about Orville, and I feel like we're all on board that like Beth is shocked how much
I'm
she
like
likes Orville.
upset that I like it.
It's
I'm
really
gonna
good.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret.
Yeah.
Okay. I like
Okay.
sci-fi shows,
Yeah.
and nobody has ever really done a good job introducing me to Star Trek, so I've never watched it.
Well, Leslie,
So Orville is like
Your
so
introduction.
good.
it's really
I
good.
am
introduction.
enjoying
That's a good
it
introduction,
so hard.
yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I'm in the same place
It's
as you are.
so
I've
much
seen
fun.
the new Star Trek movies, but I've never
Oh, I
watched.
like those.
I've never watched any of the Star Trek TV shows.
Oh, see,
I was scared of it when I was little. 'Cause Worf
See.
had the stuff on his head, and as a child, that was very
Oh,
terrifying.
Well, then I
to
think
me.
we should lead right in.
Oh, no,
since
no,
we're
no,
talking about
okay.
Worf. About
Okay,
the
so
new
here's
Klingon
she came
that
over
Dan
this
is so
Sunday
angry about.
to
So
watch
angry.
Discovery
Klingon.
with me because she hadn't seen it yet. So we watched the first 2 episodes into the third, So here we have a few issues with Discovery, and I want to like it.
We have a few issues.
Okay, all right. I have a very specific issue. She had some issues too while watching it. Don't act like
I
all right.
had some issues.
There's some issues, right? So like just straight up. I don't know if you've noticed in the last 3 episodes. We even tweeted about this. Each and every person that talks down to Michael is a dude, and you kind of want to be like, guys, can you just check the script real quick? Like, don't you notice that at all?
Yeah,
like,
I mean, they don't even give her a chance.
yeah.
It's just like
And then he starts mansplaining science to her when she was like, no, just tell me what's happening so I can help you. And he's like, well, science. She's like, no, I'm actually a genius in science. Can you just, no? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So there's that. But there's 2 things that, I mean, obviously the biggest problem with anything that's a prequel in Star Trek is that the technology is so much better than it was in the original Star Trek with Captain Kirk and all that.
Why don't they just go into
Yes!
the future again?
Yeah.
All right, so that's another thing. So,
But don't be Star Wars.
I know.
They
So-
want people to be fans.
yeah, well, no. Okay, there's reasons for both. All right, so the 2 problems that we ran into with this is that though the 3D like
someone did at me
holograms-
about the black lead.
yeah.
I don't know.
Gotcha. But that like the holograms, though really cool, doesn't fit because that wasn't a technology that doesn't. That's not a technology that happens in like Next Generation or anything like
Who's in
that.
charge of this new Star Trek?
And why is Nick
Star
Rudan?
Trek
Because
fan?
she's so nerd rage about
Yes.
all of this stuff.
And then the Klingons, they just look so wildly different. Like I'd understand if they just put like eyebrows and beards and like hair on them, but like they look like the white alien from Prometheus, but like black. And like
Except for the one white guy.
except for the one albino one, which is like, oh, you're just straight up the guy from Prometheus. Cool.
I feel like he was
Huh.
so much smoother and more horrifying.
Yeah,
The
well,
guy from
like
Prometheus.
I understand changing the like
did see
attire, like I kind of like that revamp. Like that looked really cool. Like that I'm fine with. But when you completely change an alien that's been in all of the series, it's too much.
Whereas I saw it and I was like, oh, cool.
But then just make it a different alien. I'm sorry. Okay.
Why?
Because
Look,
it's already been.
hey, we get comic books, Rudan. We get comic books, and
Jesus
we
Christ.
have artists
Silly
that
Lewinsky.
give their versions of characters all the time. They change up the costumes, they change this, they change
But
that.
is that a prequel?
So-
Like it's different if it's like
so-
moving
no,
forward, you
it's
change
not.
it. But if it's
you can
if
do
it's
a
before,
flashback, it's an interpretation. It's
Your
an
interpretation.
It's an interpretation.
just do a different alien.
Yeah,
I don't even
I
listen to
don't-
comic books. I get ragey about that too.
I don't
Like,
think
sure,
it's that much.
but
to get-
costumes,
I
like,
like
you-
seeing different versions of the same thing. I think is cool. I like seeing other people's takes on it. I thought it was very interesting. I think it was poorly done. I thought it was really well done. I thought they looked sharp. And like they explained to me that they were Klingons. I was like, okay, cool, they're the Klingons. That's the Klingons now.
I would not
Really?
have
These
known.
are the new Klingons.
I
that we all
like
need to
straight
get
up would
used
not.
to.
Like
Yeah.
I looked and I was like, all right, that's a
I mean, that's
don't
fair.
know.
I mean, I guess it could be for fans like you guys that don't
A new
a
generation.
new So, but the whole reason they can't go past Next Generation is because they kind of solved everything. They've kind of made it too easy to get over any big bads. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Someone
they
agrees
kind
with
of
you.
learned how to deal
Someone
with
agrees
everything.
with you to just make it a different alien.
Thank you. Who agreed with me? What's his name?
Paul Griffith.
Paul Griffith. What's up, buddy? I've seen you well. Thank you. Just make it a different alien. Ugh.
I do have to say though, I would follow Michelle Yeoh anywhere.
Yeah. Well,
I
okay.
would
see her.
follow her
Yeah.
into
It was
battle.
good.
That
to
was a
see
really good
Yes.
casting. It unfortunately the first 3 episodes, everything that was like a question in our minds, we already knew
Mhm.
was gonna happen. We knew that captain was gonna die.
Yep.
We knew that.
Oh,
like,
spoilers.
well, you knew that
I'm
before you
just-
get into
I
it.
don't
Like
know.
you knew before watching it that was gonna happen and
I'm
that
not-
she was gonna end up on the Discovery. So like literally these last 3 episodes.
Also, I skipped the second episode and didn't even miss a
Yeah,
beat.
the pacing.
I watched the
two
first one, then I
episodes
watched
was
the
not
third, and I
great.
was like, I'm fine.
So
I don't need
hopefully,
anybody to
like,
catch me
it
up.
was
I
not
knew what was
great
going
pacing.
on.
I'm really
Yeah.
hoping that it steps up. It's just hard, especially since we have Orville. That's kind of everything I wanted.
Mhm.
I mean, I like that it's a
Yes.
darker one. I'm sorry, having a Klingon shush was
That
amazing.
pretty great,
Did he
though.
just shush us? That was incredible.
That was good.
Like the most human. Yeah, that was pretty great.
Like, so you can't really compare the two. I don't think. Like, one's one, one's the other.
Yeah, they're very different.
Obviously, so we're not really doing a versus thing, but I do think that they are 2 takes on something that were very, very used to and which are beloved.
Yeah.
And, you know, and it's interesting to see it because, see, I watched Star Trek, I saw the movies, I did everything else like that, but I'm not hardcore. Like, you know, I'm not, I'm not invested in this. Like, I see it, I enjoy it, and I don't get into the whole Star Wars, Star Trek debate.
It's
don't
really
do that.
weird where, like, as a nerd, like, I see other nerds do this too, but we take it so personally. Like, I take it as an affront to my childhood, and, like, it was really important to me.
And yeah, I do it with other things, just not Star Trek.
Yeah.
Just not Star
No,
Trek.
that's true.
I really like the really tall blue guy. He's got a lot of sass.
I like, well,
appreciate
that's
that.
the thing, too. This is the most surly crew on both ships. Like, just all the crews and generals are so surly on the show beyond anything I've ever seen before.
Oh, and can we talk about suddenly Liam Neeson on the
I know. I was watching that last night. I was like, guys. I was like,
so
Brendan,
fun. Yeah.
And he was like, wasn't he in Seth MacFarlane's like cowboy movie? I was like, I don't know, but he's here.
Yes.
It took me a while.
He was.
The Neesons.
I just
He
really
was. He played the
enjoyed
one where
him.
she put the daisy in the butt. In, sorry. Anyway.
Yeah.
I
We're not talking
really
about
enjoyed
that.
him on
Yeah.
the screen, and then I was like, oh, wait a minute, that's Liam Neeson. He's
Yeah.
never on TV
We-
shows. This is great!
Yes.
We
it
have
was very
another
surprised.
pitch because you were saying they wrap too much up, but somebody here says they would have liked to see, Darius says, I would have liked to see what happened in the future beyond the next gen movies and DS9 and such. Apparently the Romulan homeworld
Agreed.
got destroyed in the first J.J. Abrams movie. But that's the thing, this isn't in that universe. This is
Yeah,
in the Prime
right.
universe.
So this is where it gets
this is
messy
where it gets,
too, right?
Yeah.
So the movies
on!
are completely separate. Which honestly, I would have liked if because
much.
of what
I agree.
you know, with the whole time travel thing that happened in the J.J. Abrams version that changed everything. Like that, I would have been able to accept different Klingons. I would have been able to accept that they had 3D.
Interesting.
Because it's a
Oh,
different, like
different
that little
I see.
little butterfly effect of
Different,
like changing everything.
dimension.
I would have
Okay.
taken that.
All right. all
But they
right.
literally,
Fair
in a
enough,
press
fair
release,
enough.
were just like, "This is not the version of J.J. Abrams." Well, I'm out.
Well, I'm not paying $6 for a TV channel I can get
I'm
with
not
my
either.
antenna.
I will come
Yeah.
over here and
So-
watch it.
Yeah, y'all can just come over here because I am at. I am so keen.
definitely watched it on the CBS app.
Yes. Did not steal it
Good
streaming.
Lord, CBS. Jeez, make it difficult.
Oh god, and also that last episode with the spores. Like I understand they did something with that.
We had to watch that one twice.
Yeah.
Wars.
You're
Yeah,
like, what's
there's
going on with
like-
the spores.
Yeah, so that's, and I forgot until I talked to Gary that they are from Voyager. There's an episode in Voyager.
I know.
They used it, and then they, but it's the worst
Okay.
episode in
Okay.
Voyager because by using the spores, they turned into space slugs,
What?
and then had to be turned back. It's a whole thing.
Guys, I stopped listening for 10 seconds. I have no idea what the fuck is going
Yeah,
on.
so
I'm just gonna stick to Doctor Who.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I know.
I
Yeah,
got
somehow,
no
how is
suspended
Doctor Who
disbelief for-
less confusing right now?
Right?
Woo!
So that's exactly what I was thinking. As soon as like he was like, and the spores, you could be here any second or there any second. I was like, is this Doctor Who? We got very like timey-wimey, wibbly
Also,
wobbly
wait,
all of a
didn't
sudden.
we pose the question? We were like, so the spores just used up? Like, you just
Yeah.
go in there and are they got, because he just opened the
They
door.
opened the door and we don't even see them anymore. Like
Yeah,
at least
and
the other dude was like
brush
brush his
them
shoulder.
off,
That was my
like-
favorite. Like
Just brushing off the spores.
yeah, science officers, brush your shoulders off. Yeah,
What?
that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm worried that it's getting too science. Like the thing about Star Trek to me that it was very hardcore sci-fi. Like it was science fiction, but then like when you get more to Star Wars, it's more like space fantasy type stuff.
Oh.
So I feel like that's kind
That's a
of
space metaphor.
Yeah,
That's like a
yeah,
giant
that's
space
fair.
metaphor.
But I mean, like what I want from Star Trek is to keep it within the realm of science. Does that make sense? Like when you get into the
Sure.
spores that can like also, I made a Goku
Sure.
joke of like, oh, is he like instantly transmit? Anyways, wrong crew.
One group. We're not going to understand that.
Okay, and then so going from that straight into talking about more science, it seems.
Yeah, somebody here
that-
already brought it. Is that the...
What did
Oh,
they
somebody
say?
asked, is that the one where Janeway turned up in Paris turned into lizards and made
Yes, that is
Okay.
exactly who asked that.
Darius.
Darius, yes, that's exactly the episode we're talking about. Is
And
when they
Steve, we got you. We're about to talk about this flat Earth thing. We
Yeah.
are not in support of it.
No.
we're
So
not.
exactly that's what I'm trying to
So,
lead into.
boom!
Like actual
So-
science stuff.
Flat earthers.
Okay, flat earthers. I did not research this because I'm so enraged that we're at a point in our lives that they
Oh my God.
that's not okay. I can't.
You guys.
Sorry, my
I'm
husband
so
made
angry.
a really dumb comment. I apologize.
You guys.
Yes.
Okay.
Flat
What you
earthers.
found out. What did you
guys
find out?
know Shaquille O'Neal is a flat earther.
No.
Really?
Shaq,
Yes,
Shaq,
he is.
no.
Shaq, no.
Don't do
Is
it.
it because he really wanted Shazam to
Yes,
be a real thing?
is it because he was Shazam?
Yeah.
So is Tequila, although nobody cares about her.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
so-
care about
She's
that.
still alive?
Yeah.
Like,
Interesting.
Maybe.
Okay.
Anyway,
Flat
so
earther.
Flat
I
Earthers,
I
which
thought
if you
she
go,
perished with MTV
if you guys
VJs.
go to their website, there's not much there.
Oh, I just-
They have a bunch of-
Flatearther.com.
They have
It's
an official
flatter-
website.
Society
Wrong.com.
or something.
Just,
But anyway, so you
Ugh.
click on their FAQs, and the
Ugh.
first FAQ is this a joke? And they have to explain why this is not a joke.
Oh God.
And
God.
that right there says it all. And it is.
You can't Space
Okay,
Jam if the Earth is
so
flat, Paul. You are correct. You cannot
These-
Space Jam
these
if the Earth is
flat
flat.
earthers,
Yes.
by the way, 100% believe that space travel is a conspiracy, that we've never made it out to outer space, that nobody's walked on the moon, and that everybody in the space industry is in on the conspiracy. So that is what they all believe.
I
That
am
is,
really hung up
literally
on this.
in
Like,
their
how did he
website.
understand Space Jam?
Here's
then?
what I want to
Yeah, right?
know.
He did.
Space Jam, Shaquille O'Neal.
Have they ever traveled anywhere?
So
well, I
they
guess
do.
Shaquille O'Neal has
Well,
traveled.
that's what Neil deGrasse Tyson now was like all about, like,
Okay.
yeah.
I absolutely want his name to be Neil deGrasse Tyson. I want him to be in every episode of Degrassi.
Tyson. And he went to Degrassi Junior High.
I want him to be like the teacher
Okay.
in Degrassi.
Yeah.
So no, he did the whole thing about like gravity. You know, that's why
Yeah.
you can't see any of that shit. But anyway, let's not get into like that unless you want to.
Which is, if you're on a plane, you can see the. I'm
It's
sorry.
optical illusion, girl. It's all optical illusion.
I would believe it more if they thought
But-
flat Earth was on top of a giant turtle. And then I'd be like, great.
Well, I think it's a disc,
Right.
by the way, that has an ice wall. Antarctica's an ice wall that surrounds the Earth, and that's
So
how
what you're saying
everything
is we need a
stops
dragon.
from getting fallen off. Yeah,
We need a dragon, and then we'll knock down the ice
We
wall.
need a dragon.
Oh.
Okay, and here's
It's the only Game of Thrones thing I know.
This is the real reason why I want to discuss this, is because the rapper Bob
Yeah.
decided that he was going to launch a GoFundMe to get weather balloons and satellites up there so he could prove that the
Somebody
Earth
just
was
said
flat.
that. Somebody just said all you have to do is attach a GoPro to a weather balloon.
Yes.
Yeah. But here's
Okay,
the
but
crazy
he
thing.
asked for $200,000. He got $5,000, and now he's upped it to $1 million. By the way, because I've been keeping tabs on this GoFundMe because
What?
it's so ridiculous.
But yo,
Wow.
so ridiculous.
But here's
How-
the thing,
I don't
right?
think it
They
costs that
can't
much.
build. They can't build a satellite. They have to get those evil conspirating scientists to build. So they've literally made it so we
and by
can't
the
prove
way,
to them
he
that
has
it's round.
contributed $1,000 of his own money.
Oh, bless
whole
him!
$1,000.
Oh, bless him! And his tenacity.
Well,
in finding
also,
out that
by
the
the
Earth
way,
is round.
this guy also believes that 9/11 was an inside job. He's also
Okay.
a Holocaust denier.
Mm.
And
Denier?
Yes, denier, didn't happen.
I
And a whole
see.
bunch of other
Oh,
things. This is
God.
Bob the Rapper, by the way, that we're talking about.
So this
And-
is a fucking real Einstein we got going on here.
Exactly. So he's a conspiracy theorist. Oh, and he also believes that the New World Order is going to be led by the Illuminati. Which, you
Peon
know,
of human
reasonable
enlightenment.
person here.
It's a peon of human enlightenment.
I just
Doing the Illuminati
I know
don't
you
sign.
even
did.
know.
Yeah,
Okay,
he knows.
It's you and Beyonce.
so Leslie is an incredible writer, comedian, and also a big science nerd. So
fucking
how
love science.
how would you have a conversation
Yes,
with
like
one
a
of
flat
these-
earther.
with a
Please.
flat earther? Like what?
How would I have a conversation?
Yeah.
with
So
them?
just
God.
be like, bam, the Earth is flat and it's like surrounded by an ice wall, and that's why we don't fall off it.
Can the conversation
Go.
be with my
I-
fist?
I want.
Yeah.
I would want them to tell me everything they knew and draw me a map. Everything they know.
Yeah.
How does it work, right? And then I
Well,
would.
it's just the
I would-
map that we see, like that we usually see of like a globe that's flatted out,
Oh,
but
then
they
they
just
think
think
that's
it's
Yeah,
the
it's a
map.
circle.
Yeah, and they
with
just
the
think
ice
it's a
wall
circle.
around it.
oh
and
wait.
everything's in there.
So
So
wait, so they think
So
so
they
can't
think that
travel
the-
from California to
sun-
China?
No, so the sun is like a spotlight that kind of rotates around this disc, and it shines it
Again,
with the moon.
Are we sure
along
this
with
isn't
it.
like a fucking R.R. Martin conspiracy thing? I'm really just
I
like,
know.
You mean, what you mean is like an L. Ron Hubbard conspiracy thing.
no.
You know what I would do?
Scientology.
You know what I do? I
That's
take
how
the
this
notes
stuff gets
I-
started.
We
If
got
I
enough
had-
Scientology here in LA, guys. Oh my
Ugh.
god.
So I would, if I had the money to take
That's a
a
separate
one
subject.
flat earther with
Yeah.
me,
Yes.
I would take them from California, and we just keep going straight in a plane We'd land in Hawaii. We'd land in, what did you say, like China?
Yeah.
We'd land in
Oh.
this. And I'd ask them to explain to me how it's flat if we went around something.
Well, because
Well,
when
they
we were
probably
flying a
won't,
really
but they-
long time at night over the Atlantic Ocean and it was nighttime, we were actually going around the back of it, and then we came back to the other side.
Yeah, that's
Oh
what
no,
they'll do. Or
I would
like, or
keep
the-
them awake
or the
with
windows.
cocaine and speed! And I would make their eyes open and the
Again,
windows
if it's nighttime, they're
open.
gonna be like, if it's nighttime, they're gonna be like, no, we were just going through space.
I
Airplanes
would
can
make
fly
them
through
fly
space.
the plane!
Airplanes can fly through space, Leslie.
But see, and that's the thing too, is that they'll be like, oh, well, the windows, you must have somebody
The
like.
science is out there. They just don't believe
Yeah,
it.
they don't care.
They literally think that it's a conspiracy.
care.
Yeah, that's so funny.
But it's
Is it
crazy
though?
that you can't.
Has anyone ever
convince
tried then to find the end of the earth? I would ask
They
them
fall off.
that. Where is the end of the earth?
Well,
And
they
you
can't
no,
fall
it's-
off
it's
because
the
they've got
ice
that
wall.
ice wall that's there. That's Antarctica.
So really, all they actually need is to rent a boat.
And Greenland.
Well, then they just circle around the
But
disc.
okay, but actually, no, that is a
Wouldn't
question. Oh, I
If
guess
they- but
it's a
if you're like,
disc-
I'm gonna go
Wait,
from
you go
not
on
a
your boat
square.
and you take a flat earther's map and tell them to navigate using their own map.
It would have to be them that did it.
Yeah.
They'd have to be the lead.
They'd
They
have
would
to
have
be
to
the lead.
prove to us that the Earth is flat.
Yeah.
Not us
Exactly.
proving that the Earth is round.
Yeah.
That'd be the only way to
Because
disprove it.
That's the only way that, yeah.
Right? Am I right?
Guys,
There's so
last
much nerd
episode,
rage
the
about
episode
this.
of the Orville with Liam Neeson was about people who believed that their universe was tiny. and
know.
I know.
That's how
Again,
this all ties in.
And then they opened it
Guys,
to the stars.
why is it good?
But it's so good. It's so
Why is
good.
it good?
So good.
All right,
I really like
a
it.
little mini nerd rage that I have, and it's just me. But I was like flipping through something, and the fucking Crocs are back, and there are
She was
flat.
bringing it up even though we totally took it off the list.
Oh, you know, but
She's
she's
like,
like,
I
I
don't
don't
care.
One. It's fucking
She-
platform Croc. It's a platform Croc, and you add shit to it. No, it was on the runway at Fall Fashion Week. Bullshit.
Ooh, but I like flip
Yes!
flip
It was
flop
on the
Crocs.
runway.
Flip flop
Crocs should not be on the
No.
runway.
Crocs, no.
No.
If you
I
own them, you
don't know.
should be
I like
ashamed
them.
of them. You should have them hidden,
I
and
mean,
you only put them
flip-flop
on when
Crocs.
nobody else
Yeah,
is
they're
around.
comfy, but they're house shoes.
Yeah.
They're not.
Okay.
They're not platform shoes that you go. I've
That-
never owned a pair. So
Yeah.
I don't
I've
know.
never owned a pair of platform shoes, so.
Yeah. Remember
So,
the 90s
yeah.
flip flop platforms?
Yes.
They was like,
They were like that.
Yo,
thick.
they were so
oh
hard to walk
man,
in.
the same
so
thing.
cool.
But I was like tall, but still flip flopping, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
hard to walk in.
So cool.
Okay.
All right, so into the season that we're in, there was actually something that I saw online that I forgot to tell you guys about. Everybody knows that they're doing a new Hocus Pocus movie.
Yeah, and
Yes.
it doesn't have any of the original. What is even the point if there's no Bette Midler?
Thank
I
you.
heard.
Fight me.
Thank you.
I heard.
I think we're all on the same point on that. And
Oh my god.
Chris and I know Leslie, are very in-depth.
We're pro
Halloween,
Halloween.
fans. Like
Yes.
we are very much
Pro
the first.
Halloween.
The 1st of
October
October
1st celebration.
is the first
I
of
watched
Halloween.
pumpkin.
I watched
Apple,
the
everything.
night. I watched The
Done.
Nightmare Before Christmas on October 1st.
There you
Bam!
go.
I just watched Addams Family
Yeah,
again.
also
I went to
Yeah.
see a
Heck
Stranger
yeah.
Things musical
I watched
last night.
Conjuring too.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was very good. You guys should go see it.
There's a Stranger Things musical.
There's a Stranger Things
Yes.
musical. Yes, it was.
And
I want to
very,
go to
very
there.
good. You should see it.
Somewhere
Yeah.
Okay.
here in
It's
LA.
in the El Cid.
But so there's somebody on our
Restaurant.
team that doesn't really like Halloween.
Get it.
What?
What do you mean? What do you don't get? I'm not saying I don't
Hocus
like
Pocus,
it.
the next generation.
Okay, Hocus Pocus, my jam. Many things involved with Halloween, I appreciate. I was driving home a couple weeks ago, and I drove to the corner of San Fernando and Los Feliz, and someone was projecting Halloween Town out their window, and I was very
Yeah,
into that.
That's amazing.
That's
I
exciting.
don't know why
That's
that was
amazing.
happening, but it was happening.
Hurrah!
I'm not, like, I don't get why we have to celebrate it for a whole month. I don't understand. I don't understand the appeal of it. And everybody's like, you wear a lot of black and you're weird and gothy. How come you don't like Halloween? I don't care.
You're weird and gothic.
Then what's your holiday
Wow.
if it's not Halloween?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know.
Sure.
Like, it's just like the aesthetic thing. I don't know. Like, I don't like most animals associated with Halloween.
You like black cats?
I have a black cat, and
Yeah.
she's
Do
great
you like
and adorable.
black cat firecrackers?
She's great and adorable. And she's great and adorable, and I love her. And spiders can go ahead and fuck right the fuck off.
They're helpers.
Agreed. See,
Bats I can
That's
take
a
or
whole
leave.
nother
They're very
thing.
erratic.
it's a whole nother thing.
That fucking fake spider web shit is my least favorite thing.
But what about
Okay,
let
alright,
me ask you.
Oh,
let
somebody
me ask you
threw
this.
Okay.
a pile of it in my
Alright,
face
that's
last
like
week. And
minor.
I punched him.
All right,
Minor.
all right, Chris, I want you to take this.
All right. So, but like, what about like, you know, like Halloween parties and like.
I don't think, other than that we threw one last year because Brandon wanted one. The last 3 Halloweens I spent like home by myself. I watched Ever After and like drank a beer and went to bed 2 years ago. Like that's what I did for Halloween.
Okay, well,
Wow.
Halloween is a magical time
Is it?
because it doesn't matter how old you are.
Yes.
You can dress up. You can.
Can you though?
You can. Oh, you can. What?
Should
horror
you?
movies?
Yeah, I'm gonna be
Um,
Miss Frizzle.
Yes. She's gonna be
Pumpkin
Miss
flavored everything,
Gross.
apple cider everything,
Jack-o'-lanterns.
jack-o'-lanterns.
and-
Okay,
Yeah.
not everything
movies.
should be pumpkin flavored.
Reese's
Hey.
Pumpkins.
Those are great.
Oh,
Reese's
See?
Pumpkins and Reese's Eggs and
Yes.
Reese's Trees are the 3 magical times.
And
of
Reese's
also,
Hearts.
yes, it
Ooh,
is
I
like
didn't know
based
they
on
had
pagan
those.
holiday, but it's very much. I feel like everybody can
New
get
Year's
behind
Eve.
it.
New
You know what I
Year's Eve
mean?
for the pagans,
Yes.
guys.
But it's also but
That's
it's just
not
it's,
true.
I feel like it's like everybody can get kind of
No.
behind it. You know what I mean? Like
It's
The
not
veil is
New
thinnest
Year's
between
Eve.
the living and the dead.
Yeah, but it's
At
not New
midnight.
Year's Eve.
for the pagans.
No.
She's saying.
Halloween.
Fight.
Oh my god.
Halloween.
Don't worry about it, guys.
Are you pagan?
I had a very I was in high school.
She is.
I was in high school. I had like a
This is a different thing.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, some real shit's
Also
going down.
you into
Any
Halloween.
comments on this? Anybody?
Yeah, anybody commenting on
Nobody
Somebody-
their
care about Halloween?
somebody called me an arachnophobe, and that's fine because again, bugs can fuck the fuck right off.
It is
And,
about the nostalgia.
And it is. I
And
get
nostalgia,
yes.
Like,
yes.
get nostalgia for what? What are you nostalgic
Here's
about?
what I'm
Your
nostalgic
childhood.
about.
For childhood.
Okay, hold on.
Oh.
When I was little and I went trick-or-treating, there was this one house that had the speaker. They never answered the door, but the speaker always had these weird whisperings and like crazy like weird recordings, and I never knew if it was like put on for Halloween night or if it was always like that because we didn't go to that house normally, and it was just every year we just would go to it and go like, but still try to get them to answer the door, and they never did, and it was so freaky. And then you have pillowcases full of candy.
Yeah,
So-
candy.
oh,
Oh,
true.
good lord, the sugar highs that
Mm.
night, and then being so sick at school the next day.
Yes.
For eating so much
Good
sugar.
times, guys. Good
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
Safe
But also,
neighborhoods.
if you can celebrate Christmas for the month of December,
Yeah.
I
you
also
have-
don't do that.
Well, but there's
Well,
people that do. Like, give
oh,
us Halloween. Let us
pie
have Halloween.
parties.
yeah.
Okay, let's not get
Pie
into
party?
Christmas.
What? Hold on.
No,
No, back
pie.
up. I wonder
Okay.
what a pie party is.
Pie parties. Everyone brings their favorite pie. You can also
Okay.
bring pizza pie. You can bring shepherd's pie. You can bring what's that pie with the
Pot pie.
pot pie? I always forget that one. Chicken pot pie. Everyone just has pie, and then it's party. Pie party.
Dean Winchester's
Please
favorite
do
party
it. Please.
of all time.
Truth.
All right, so
Sounds like a
yeah.
good
I don't
time.
get it.
I like
I-
that.
I just
I
don't
would have
get it.
trouble deciding what pie to make.
it's
I,
Yeah.
I just,
So good.
it's fine. Like, whatever with Halloween. I'm not gonna, like, fucking tell anybody else they can't be, like, super into it. Like, I'm fine if you want to put up that meme about you as Michael Jackson normal Thriller and then Michael Jackson zombie Thriller between, like, 11:59 midnight. Like, fucking go for it. David F's Pumpkins,
I've never seen
get
that.
on it.
Oh, there's gonna be a cartoon.
I know, he's getting his own special.
Yes.
Like, that's, like, there's shit I can, like, whatever. I'm not gonna rate anybody else's break. I just don't personally feel the need to celebrate it for an entire month. That is all.
all right. I feel like
Okay.
we've encompassed that. So we have a nerd rave for this week. So something that we just
rave,
could not
yes.
get enough of, and
That we
Beth
were
will
super happy
will
about.
leave it to you that happened this week.
Because I will chime in on this with
It's
you.
I
girl.
just watched it today.
I
It's
just
so good.
okay.
Yes.
So you know, they had the SNL season premiere last week, which I didn't watch all of it, but the next day, throughout my internet was a sketch as if it were written just for me, and it was Ryan Gosling being upset about a font.
Yes.
It's
Papyrus.
it's so good.
It was
I know what you did.
very
It
good.
was awesome.
It was very good.
What
It
was
was
all the
awesome.
examples of what it's used
Oh,
for?
hookah-
it was
hookah bars.
hookah bars, any Shakira,
Shakira merchandise.
merchandise, and some tiki places.
But
Yeah.
tell me the best part was at the end when they used Comic Sans.
They did. Oh, I was so mad. I was so mad too.
That was like, I was like,
It was like the end with Comic Sans. I was like,
That
oh,
was
you get me!
perfect.
You get me! And like, Ryan, oh god,
That was
Ryan
the
Gosling
best.
being mad about a font is my sexuality. Jesus.
It's if you haven't watched it, please go watch it right
Yes,
now.
that
And
was a
it,
good
and it
one.
and it made me so much happier knowing they loved it so much as the our editors.
I have a lot of feelings about fonts, guys.
a lot of
I
emotions.
have a lot of emotions about fonts.
And I just know a lot of comic book letterers who also have a lot of emotions about fonts, and I've learned
That's
a lot.
true.
So
That's
I
true.
feel like I've taken it on as my own cause.
Yes.
So.
That's
great.
that is our nerd
Kindness.
rage and nerd rave for the week. And that was our whiskey for the week. So if you guys think there's another whiskey you want us to try,
Or something else to rage about.
rage
Oh,
about,
no,
because we have a whole other week of all the
We didn't
news.
hold up the thing.
Oh
This is
yes,
what it
oh
was.
yes. So this was, if you want to purchase this delicious moonshine,
It is very good. Don't
quite
add
delicious.
simple syrup to it, like
Don't.
although
It's
she
too-
fucking
too
drank it
sweet.
anyway.
Too sweet.
But it's
So there's
very
that
sweet.
But
Yeah.
but yeah. So comment below what you thought, and also like what we should rage
Could you
about
like
next
your
week.
resting on it?
Yes. Ting. And yeah, we will see you guys.